Hi, it's me, Chris. So what we're going to be doing now, today, is a project that I've been putting off for many, many, many months. Well, I'm not really putting it off, but it's just been something I haven't gotten to, and that's organizing a record collection. You know, like, let's see if I can get one of these, like a piece of vinyl, like this, vinyl records. So I've been collecting this since I was in my early teens. I used to hang around my grandparents. We used to go to like odds and end shops, and we used to. It just fascinated me. I didn't have a record player, so it was just something cool because like the art was just so much bigger than what you see with the CD or cassette. Kind of aging myself there, but yeah. So ever since then, I've collected like I wouldn't say about it's in the hundreds. It's a pretty large number, but being busy with school and work, I haven't had a chance to actually tackle a massive organization project with it because, like, yeah, just being busy. And so, what I'm going to do now is just take advice of many of these like organizers who say if you take 15 minutes to organize something here, like daily, that it's better than devoting like a full day where you'll just burn yourself out and never get it, things done, which I think that's pretty much how we organize things. Just get frustrated and just don't want to get rid of everything. And then sometimes we become too attached to most of those things. So yeah, this is my project today is organizing this record collection. This is what we're going to be starting with. And by the end, we should end up with something a lot like this. So I think when it comes to an undertaking like this, I think the most obvious way to start would be thinking alphabetically, A to Z, or you could get a little fancy and go Z to A. Hmm. But I think that kind of gets. I mean, it's the most obvious and the most, I guess, and it's the way that makes the most sense. So I guess we'll start off with the Jesus and Mary chain. So they're J. So they go in the middle, because J is in the middle of the alphabet. Next band we come up is Royal Blood. So R follows J. The next band is Stereolab. So they follow R because S follows R. And the next one is the singer, songwriter, Angel Olsen. So we're going to go by last names there. So O goes before R and after J. So that's pretty much obvious how that would work. So that's one of the many ways you can organize your record collection. So if you want to get cheeky with a way to organize your record collection, you can go chronologically. So we're going to start off with this album, AC/DC, Let There Be Rock. And let's see if we can find a date on here, 1977. So this album is 45 years old. Wow, it's going to turn 45. Well, it is 45 years old because this is 2022. So this next album is Blur's The Magic Whip. I think it's from 2015. Let's see if we can find a date on there. 2015. Yeah, you can see right there, 2015. And the next one here is another Stereolab album. Yes, I love Stereolab. They are a great band. They are like a mix of, well, I think the lead singer is from France and then the rest of the band's from England. Something like that. It's pretty cool. I think this album came out in 2004. So, yeah. And then here's the soundtrack to the best Star Trek movie ever, Star Trek Wrath of Khan. This is 1982, the year I was born. I'm aging myself there, right there, 1982. So that goes this. And this is a band, this is a punk band. They're Fiddler. They're from Los Angeles. They released this album, I think, in, I want to say 2012. Yes, 2012. See, that's another way you can organize this chronologically. That's kind of fun when you think about that. Like, you get to see, if you do an album from like the 70s compared to something from 2015, you just see how like just styles change. Like if I can find something older than that, I will, yeah, I will, yeah, I will share it. So another way we can organize collection is through musical genres. So like the first one we come up here is Weather Report. They are a fusion jazz band from the 70s. So yeah, I think this came out 1972. So this is a jazz album. This is New Order. They came out in the 80s. And this is their 1983 album, Power Lies Corruption. I don't know if you can read that here. It's kind of a... That's a great album. But these guys are like a mix of, I want to say like they're rock, but they're like the early stages of electronic music. So that was considered rock because they didn't become like true electronic until like the mid 80s to 90s. And this is Charlie Patton. He was a blues singer from the, like, I think the 1920s. So this is blues. Let's see, this is an actually an album. Okay, so here's Big Star. They are like a power pop band from the 70s. Their sound is very rock, but it has a very, yeah, so they're out there in the rock. So, and this is a band Wilco. They're a rock band, like an alternative rock band. So they're from like the 2000s, 90s and 2000s. This is an album called Star Wars with cover art that has nothing to do with the movie. So here's another way we can organize collection in like the order we can remember. Like I don't know if you've seen the movie High Fidelity. You know how like there's a part in the movie where John Cusack, he's like the owner of a record store, and he's talking about, I guess like it's basically like just life events happening. He loses his girlfriend, and there's a scene in the movie where he's actually doing something like this, organizing his record collection. And I think, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, but he's trying to organize it, and like just, they're record geeks, so they work at a music store, so it's pretty funny how like, it's just like an event to organize a record collection. So these would be, like, doing something like this would be records I actually, like, I guess in order of purchase, like memories. So this stack of records here are records that I bought at the, I guess these are my pandemic records. Yeah, so there's a band Waxahachie, which is some cool cover art. This is Idols, they're a band from England. These are Glass Animals. This is Thundercat. This is actually, I think, my favorite album of 2020. It's a great album. So yeah, so I mean, like, if you were to do this in order of purchases, that's one of the other ways you can do it. So there's many ways to organize a record collection. I think, how would you say, like chronologically, I think it's just the most logical, but you know, it's something you can have a lot of fun with, just playing around with ideas. And yeah, I think it would stir up memories, just saying, yeah, I bought this album, like these ones here were the pandemic records, which the pandemic's not a good reminder, but you know, it happened. So like I mean, it's like how we dealt with everything. So this here is what a finished product looks like. This version of organization is alphabetical with some chronological order. Let's see, like, so we have a Beach Boy album here, and it's followed by a Beastie Boys album, so, you know, spelling. And we start off with here a Beatles album. So this is the first Beatles album released in the United States. So that's album number 1. So if you can zoom in here, we actually have some Beatles albums here. So like here's, I think like 64, 65, 66, and here we have a 67. And we have a, their last album, Abbey Road. And then we have like, yeah, see, we have some Black Keys, Black Sabbath, Blur, David Bowie. So yeah, here's all the B's, and then we go to C's, D's, E's, F's, J, K, R. There you go. I just got mixed up on my alphabets. Where we leave off F, and then G, H, I, J, K, L, M, N, O, P, Q's. I don't think I have any Q's, but we have P, and then R. Radiohead is like probably my favorite band. And let's see, we have some Rolling Stones in there. S's, T's, and we have W's in there. And I think, yeah. And then we start like some soundtracks, which are separate from. They're like, I think soundtracks would be a separate category from the artists and bands. So that's one way to do this project. I think it's the most logical way. So I think that's the best way I settled with this. So now, like the other, see, I have this here, which is another section that's unorganized. It's just together. Yeah. So this is like basically my passion project. So I need to really work on this when I have the time. But yeah, so this is what my record collection looks like. This is just a piece of it, but this is the most organized part of it here. So that was step by step on how you can go about organizing a record collection. And yeah, I think that's, you could do that with various projects. Like you could, if you have like a CD collection or even a movie collection, I think it's fun because like you can't really do that with any like digital formats. Like I think everything's already self-organized by your computer and the algorithms. That's one thing about having like physical format for music or videos, DVDs. So yeah, so that's something I really need to tackle fully. And this was just a step-by-step on just a few various ideas for organization. Bye.